Today is May the 24th. It's National Asparagus Awareness Day. It's also Endless Pancake Day at Denny's. It's also National Brothers Day. And today we're going to discuss yoga and yoga pants. Is anybody there?
Yes, I was. Hello. I was just listening. I didn't know you'd like me to say anything, because thanks for the introduction.
Well, how did we get this idea of yoga pants?
I don't know. You came up. How did you come up with this? Well, I suggested yoga, and you said, no, that would be dull. Let's make it interesting. Was it like that, or was it me?
No. We were talking about Zen and synchronicity and meditation and spirituality. And then you said, well, what about yoga? And I just sent you a little emoji of a girl meditating. But instead of it saying yoga, I think my phone produced something that said yoga pants. And then I just started laughing and you said, yeah, okay, yoga pants. And I started to realize that yoga pants is a complete industry. I mean, there's one brand. The name of the company is called Lululemon. Lulu, then Lemon. So all the really, fashionable girls in Dallas wear Lululemon yoga pants, and I just looked them up online. They're $148 a pair. I mean, you just get one, but I mean, it's called a pair of yoga pants. But then they also have $14 yoga pants that you can get from Academy, but they're probably made from asbestos in China. So, choose your poison.
Can you hear me okay? Because line is kind of breaking up, and I thought maybe you can't hear me too.
I can hear you fine. Is this volume better?
No, volume is great. Just that there is a lag, or I don't know how to describe this. There isn't a vibe.
Yes, it's the International Interrupt Your Vibration Day also. Well, we want to thank our listeners for listening and for making suggestions. We have some new people, and we're excited to have them on board. I was able to go out last night and actually wear some yoga pants. So yoga pants are not just for doing yoga. They are for, well, I don't know. I have a black pair that I wear, and then I just wore a cowboy hat and a red shirt and I don't know, a bunch of stuff. I went to go listen to Ryan Berg and Nick Snyder and Mayo Valdez play an acoustic set at this little dive bar. And I thought, it's not a problem. I'll go up there for about an hour or so and dance and have a beer and listen to my music friends. But I forgot that these yoga pants have like spandex in them or some kind of like plastic. It was like being wrapped in like shrink wrapped plastic. When I came home later, my legs were killing me. And I kept thinking like, why are my legs like almost numb? I mean, I only had one beer, but it's because the yoga pants have a lot of synthetic in them. And, I thought, I've always thought there's different ways that I might die. Like one of the ways I'm afraid to die is to be electrocuted. But, I would hate to die from wearing yoga pants. How about you? Do you have any fear of dying?
Fear of dying? I don't know. You always ask me questions that I have to think about. I can't just say no. I can say yes. I have to think and be smart, but it's always difficult. Well, let me get back to that yoga pants subject, because you said that you like them, right? I presume you like the women's yoga pants because there are men's Men wears yoga pants as well. Men's yoga
No, I don't.
pants.
I don't like women's yoga pants, but go ahead.
No, I was gonna say that I love them. Not that I wear them. Just I see people in the gym wearing them, and the women's yoga pant. They're always colorful, with tons of designs and all. But
Yeah.
guys' sides are boring, like black or gray. I don't know. Ladies' gear is much more like attractive.
Well, I agree with that. I have a friend, I have a couple friends who have found that going to yoga classes is the way to meet women. So this one friend of mine, he's a business fellow, business guy, young business guy, drives a Mercedes. He's a handsome young man of Dallas, and he says he really has a hard time dating because Dallas is full of so much money and so many cars and so many men. And so he's decided to start going to yoga classes. I go, well, what are you doing at yoga classes? He goes, well, I just, so one of the ways they do yoga in Dallas is yoga in the park. So they'll have different parks in Uptown or in Highland Park or in Lakewood. And, 15, 20 people, show up at a certain time, like 9 o'clock on a Saturday morning, and they roll out their yoga mats. The yoga instructor is, calling out the yoga moves. And so this friend of mine just goes to the park and, just finds a girl he likes and rolls his mat out and starts smiling at her while he's doing yoga. And then afterwards, he'll say, hey, would you like to get a coffee? So going to yoga in the park is one of the ways in Dallas that people meet each other. I have another friend who is recently, 3 years ago, divorced. And, he's a little bit older, but he rides a bicycle, he has a motorcycle, he has a Toyota, but, he's been out of the dating scene for a while. So he decided, well, maybe he should just start doing yoga. So this guy also does yoga, and the purpose of yoga for him is to meet women.
Well, I don't know about that. I thought yoga is a philosophy, sort of.
It is. It's a philosophy of meeting women. No, it is. Yoga,
Philosophy
of meeting women.
Okay, yeah, but is that a philosophy now? Because I'm a philosopher then, I guess.
Well, Dallas, that's how it is in Dallas. I'm not sure in Boston or Houston or Austin or Paris or Albuquerque, but I know I did yoga when I was young. I was in college, and it's hard to believe, but when I was in college, I was a runner, I did yoga, and I did Tai Chi. So Tai Chi, Taichi, Chi means energy. So yoga is kind of like moving the energy around in your body in specific poses called asanas, Asanas. And Tai Chi is like a standing yoga where you do these different poses and you move your energy around to become more centered and more balanced. But yeah, I did yoga in graduate school and then off and on over the years. And I think the idea is to be more grounded and to be in the present moment and not spend so much time in your head. Because I know when I was in grad school, I did a lot of writing, and I was trying to write different things, different essays and things. And to clear my mind, I would either go running or I, go to a yoga class.
Well, when I was a child, yoga, I didn't know that. I didn't see yoga as a philosophy at the time when I was a little kid. When I thought of yogis, I imagined that bearded old man who, naked basically, who sleeps on those, how do you call it, nails? Maybe I don't need them.
Yeah. Bed
don't
of
eat
nails.
anything. Yeah, bed of nails. That's what I thought of yoga. And now I can see the gyms are packed with yoga. I mean, with yoga students. Can I call them the yoga students? We wearing yoga pants, men and women alike. Yeah, nobody
Yoga.
sleeps on nails these days.
Yeah, well, there are different studios here in Dallas. One of them is run by a Hindu shrine that has, it's really, really great. They have classes and they have a beautiful luncheon area and they have meditation halls. And they have people that are like super into like real serious yoga types. And then there's other places where you can go, and it's called hot yoga, and it's in a studio. It's like a sauna, or what do you call it? Banya?
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
only first. Okay, go on.
Yeah. So the idea of hot yoga is you're like sweating. And like to me, that would be like going to hell. Like I don't like to sweat. So the worst thing in the world to me would be ever to go to a hot yoga. If I go to a Turkish bath or something like that, that's one thing. If you're in like a fabulous place like Istanbul or Ankara or someplace, But what are we talking about? Yoga. Yeah. Well, the thing is, there's different types of yoga, and this bed of nails idea. I think the idea is that we have a spiritual nature, which some people call it the soul, some people call it our aura, AURA. And that this aura has an energy and power of itself. And that when you're kind of focused on your aura, you could even walk on fire. Like there's the fire walkers, like they spread out hot coals and you walk across them. And then after you do that, you feel really great and like you accomplished something. But yeah, I think I know, like in the 1960s, there were the Beatles were following the Maharishi Mahesha Yoga. Maharishi was his name. I forgot what his actual, but the Beatles, John, Paul, George, and Ringo went to India with the Maharishi, and like Mia Farrow went and a whole bunch of 60s people. And then I remember living in Austin, and there were talks being given about the Maharishi's philosophy. And then there was also like the Dalai Lama came to Austin maybe like about 10 years ago, like the real Dalai Lama. So I think the idea of the body and the soul's relationship has always been kind of fascinating.
Yeah, especially if you sleep on the floor. When was the last time you slept on the floor? Because I do that on a weekly basis, I guess. When I go to out of town to my fallout shelter, with
Your
minimum
fallout
conveniences.
shelter?
Yeah, I call it fallout shelter, but you may call it dacha. So almost no conveniences. And I often sleep on the floor. I only use this yoga mat. And does that make me a yogi?
Well, I think that for the comfort of our listeners, we're going to call it your summer cottage.
Yep.
Sounds a
Well,
little
cottage
bit.
is, okay. It's not really a cottage, but they call it hut.
Is there a roof?
Absolutely, absolutely. And
There's a roof,
floor.
and there's a
just
floor, and there's a stove that you put wood in, right? You chop wood and carry the wood.
I love it. My man cave, as you say.
Man cave, yes. Okay, I know that our listeners have started to care for us, and they want to know why are you in a fallout shelter, and why am I going to bars in Dallas, and how do we make these recordings? Like someone asked me, where were you? I said, oh, well, right now he's in Boston, but he'll be coming to Austin soon. And people are very fascinated that we can make these talks and be in different parts of the world. But, in terms of sleeping on the floor, I don't know. My idea of going on a camp out, like some people go camping and they love to be out in the woods. Like my idea of a camp out is going to a really expensive ski lodge at like Vail and like having a fabulous room that looks out into the mountains. And I'm sleeping in a really great bed and I'm sitting downstairs at the fireplace drinking a, hot buttered rum. That's my idea of a camp out. So, I don't know about sleeping on the floor. Are you enjoying it?
I kind of am. Maybe, let's call it back to basics, because there was no mattresses back, I don't know, 100,000 years ago. People didn't have them. They slept on the floor in their caves. And I think it's very convenient too, especially if it's quite warm outside. Well, it comes from India, and in India it's always warm. So that's probably where it's originated.
Well, there's caves all over. There's caves in Cappadocia, which is in the Anatolian central part of Turkey. And in these caves, Gorme and Cappadocia, Christians were persecuted and some of them hid in the caves. And there are beds that are hollowed out of rock. So I suppose they would take like a little sheepskin or something and throw it on the stone bed and then sort of sleep there. It's always more fun to sleep on the floor if you have somebody with you. I mean, just like me sleeping on the floor by myself, I would rather be in a bed. But I remember going camping and I remember going on, I don't want to call them sex parties in the woods, but but when you're in college, you do a lot of crazy stuff, people go on campouts and people light bonfires. And there's something very elemental and healing about like creating a bonfire or sleeping on the ground or like bringing a little kettle and then making tea on a bonfire. And you feel like I'm like so primitive. It's like so amazing.
Absolutely. Do you remember a few months ago, I guess we discussed the sleeping position where you sleep with your legs elevated? Basically legs up the wall. Remember that?
Yes. Well, some people did not hear that episode, but like there's the head of the bed where people put their pillows and the foot of the bed. And we were talking about, anxiety and sleep. And you had said, well, why don't you try this? Put your pillows at the foot of the bed and lift your legs up to the head of the bed and see how that feels. So it just makes the blood rush in the opposite direction. And actually, just before I recharged my phone, I actually I turned you don't turn the bed around. You just put the pillows at the foot of the bed and then you put your feet up on the headboard. And I actually did that because like my legs are killing me from wearing yoga pants last night. But
but what I was trying to say, that legs up the wall, I'm not sure if that's true or false, but seems to be the one of the yoga poses. Do you have any favorite? Yoga pose, yoga poses for women?
Oh, okay. Well, I think this is a family-rated podcast. No.
What are you saying? Are you implying that yoga pose is all about sexuality?
What's about the body? Now, for example, what I really like and have always liked, okay, and this sounds kind of weird, but one is the corpse, where you just lay on your back and you just put your arms to your side and you just lay there. And then another one is you kneel and you squat back and you press your arms to the front of you, and it's called pose of the child. And it is so relaxing to your back. And then I also like pose of the tree. So I like the corpse, the child, and the tree.
Yeah.
What about you?
No, I'm thinking about women and yoga poses. Do you have Instagram? Because I had an account and I guess I was kicked out for violating the community rules or something anyway. And I remember there was this channel or Instagram account where we did not naked yoga classes. And they said that, nude yoga classes, they help women to feel empowered. And I remember that you said that's a man's world and stuff. I disagreed, but do you agree that naked I mean, they probably not.
Wait a minute,
They don't.
you've been thrown off of Instagram because you were
Yeah, I've been thrown.
participating.
Exactly. I don't know why they thrown me away, thrown me off. I didn't do
Probably
anything. I
said
just
you
commented
probably
a couple of
said
times.
some you probably said something to a woman like nice pose, and she just fired back like, what the F are you doing looking at my body? And they probably reported you for sexual
Oh
harassment.
no,
Like,
she was like making these pauses and tried to explain which one of them means. And I commented that, wait, listen, I turned off the sound and I just watched you. And she somehow got offended, but I turned off my sound because, I guess my headset was broken or something else. But I liked her very much, no sound needed. And then she didn't understand me and I was kicked out, probably filed a complaint or something.
yeah, I know. I think that's called like weird stalker behavior. But
Exactly.
yeah, there's quite a few people that do yoga, and they do yoga for different reasons. And well, what gosh, I feel like I'm starting to sweat. No, no, I've had some
Wow.
coffee. Wait,
Okay.
but I have an Instagram account, and on my Instagram account, some of our followers also have Instagram accounts. Well, okay, anyhow. So, like I use my Instagram to like sell art and to like represent musicians and like post photos of amazing food and drinks that I'm eating or whatever. But I think with social media and also, Facebook, MeWe, Instagram, What's Up, Petroma Therapy, we live in different worlds. I mean, we all want to be loved. We all want to be liked. We all want to have someone listen to us. We all enjoy food, sex, drugs, and rock and roll. I mean, we have a lot of common interests, but still we come out of different specific backgrounds. And, suppose I didn't know you and I was in a bicycle class at the YMCA. It was a bicycling class, stationary bicycles. And suppose you said, oh, hey, do you have an Instagram? And I go, oh, yeah, here's my Instagram. And you're just somebody I know from the gym. And then I got a message from you that said, I like watching you with the sound turned off. I would report you to the YMCA and say, just keep an eye on this guy and see if any other women are complaining about him. Like I wouldn't call you like a creeper, but sometimes something very innocent can be misunderstood, and maybe you didn't mean any harm, but the fact that you said I'm watching you with the sound turned off is like that's totally creeper.
I know. I'm being completely marginalized, I guess. If that's okay. Anyway,
Yeah.
but yeah. Do you have TikTok? I'm not to change the subject, but you know what TikTok is?
Yeah, I had it, but I think well, everybody's worried about China having all of our information. Like, suppose China has all my information. What are they going to do with it? Like, I drink bourbon and coffee and I have like 12 friends and I like to go dancing and I like Russian and French literature. Like, what the hell are they going to do with that information? So, I mean, a lot of younger people have TikTok. I had it for a while, then I decided, I don't know. China's making me nervous. Let me just not do that. But a lot of people have TikTok. I closed my account. I mean, I have a lot of different names. I'm Texas, I'm Texas Willow, I'm Texas Grace. It's always going to be Texas something. Do you have TikTok?
No, but I'm thinking maybe we should set up a Petroma Therapy account with TikTok.
Well, a friend of mine was listening to Petroma Therapy or something of ours, and this friend of mine said, look, he has a TikTok account.
Yeah, many people has it. It's just
no, they're talking about you.
No.
It's okay. You can have a TikTok. No, what I'm saying is, yes, you are. You're confused, and you're in Petroma Therapy. No, what I'm saying is, a lot of people have TikTok, Instagram, and stuff like that. And I find that artists and musicians and writers are using Instagram. I that's just what I've experienced. But
I've been kicked
TikTok.
out of Instagram, so but maybe I'll try my chances with TikTok.
Okay, well, TikTok is girls dancing in their bedroom.
Yeah, I like that.
You can text them. I have the sound turned off.
I mean,
I'm in a
if they want to dance in the bedroom, why is it doing it? I mean, I don't know how to explain that. I don't want to sound creepy and stuff, but
But you are.
yeah, sometimes yes, I am.
No. The thing is, everybody, there's a song called "Everybody Wants to Rule the World," or like, I mean, there's all these songs about. I mean, it's great to be young, and it's great to have a great body, and it's great to look at people that are like enjoying their youth and doing stupid stuff that their parents will. If the parents only knew. I mean, I don't know. I think that coming up with different dance moves, the new technologies allow a person who's just, on an island in Guam to post a TikTok video. Now they're a dance craze. Or, somebody sent me a TikTok of a bartender in Ireland pouring up like 12 Irish coffees in a TikTok video. And it was like, oh my God, I want that. So I don't know, eating, drinking, having fun, I think is part of what makes us human. I mean, it's okay to be creepy.
Those people in the park, you said they were doing yoga or Tai Chi. I don't remember. Do they use music? I mean, is there any music? What music is good? What music is good for yoga, do you think?
Well, it depends. Like, there's different styles of yoga. So if this one park called Clyde Warren Park, it's in Uptown. So it's like everybody's like 27 years old or looking at 27-year-olds. So some of the teachers have like, it's a faster yoga. So they'll have, a faster music or
dance music.
Yeah. Or some people that are doing like complete like Zen chill yoga, they'll be in a park and there's no music because the yoga instructor is saying, let's listen to the birds. The birds are at one with themselves, And then this is just a guy, who's created a yoga class, which is like full of all these amazing women. And, he's also kind of a creeper, but I don't know. I get this different kind of, just different kind of.
I like how you said Zen yoga. I guess that's what I would have liked if I started to practice sitting and meditation, because I think it's very similar to what the Zen Buddhism is, meditation and Buddhism.
Well, there is there in the city of Dallas, they pass bonds and they have city money that the city managers spend on the good of the city. So Dallas is big into hike and bike trails and, trying to improve the roads. They're not doing very well, but there is a park called Casa Linda Park, which is a brand new park that has been improved with like thousands of dollars. And I just happened to stumble on it right before Easter. And I was just driving around and I went down the wrong way, but maybe it was the right way. And all of a sudden I saw this huge park and I saw a guy with a dog running in the park. And I saw about 5 or 6 people doing Tai Chi under this tree. So I got out of my car, like I was wearing University of Texas, like a beanie and a jacket. And I thought, well, I've been thinking about joining a Tai Chi class. Isn't it sort of synchronistic that here's the class? So I just walked up to the people and they were about 5 or 6 people. One guy was like a giant bear. He looked like a giant bear. Then there were these two little skinny ladies, thin ladies like hummingbirds, and then there was this guy with kind of like white hair. He didn't look like a Texan. He looked like a Yankee. And I go, hi, looks like y'all are doing Tai Chi. I'm kind of looking for a Tai Chi class. And the guy goes, well, we're kind of advanced. I go, okay, well, I'm just kind of want to maybe just join you and kind of like I used to do Tai Chi and like maybe I'll just kind of stand off to the side. He goes, well, we're pretty advanced, which I thought was pretty not Zen. And then I go, well, like my University of Texas, what y'all are all Aggies. They didn't even laugh. They didn't even think I was funny. These were like serious as F yoga people. I mean, Tai Chi people. So finally I talked to the guy a little bit. He goes, well, give me your email and I'll send you. He said, do you know the version 108 cranes? I go, well, yeah, I used to know it. I can't tell you all the 108 poses, but I recognize that's what you're doing. He goes, okay, well, give me your email. So I told him my email, myspytexas@gmail.com. Then he was really freaked out. And then he emailed me some instructions. And then I told him I had, was interested in philosophy and stuff like that. But, it's pretty nice in the park because it's 9:00 on a Saturday morning. People do things on Saturdays, but you can go there, and do your meditation, and it's beautiful landscaping, and it's in a cul-de-sac where there's no big roads near it.
I like how you say, well, I thought that's the wrong way, but maybe that's the right way. It came to mind that Alan Watts said once, I don't remember in which video, he said that, I guess it was capitalism or democracy, I don't remember. Capitalism is always right, but for the wrong reasons, I guess. Let's lose and fast play with the word right and wrong. Like, is there a right way to do wrong thing, right? Or like Nietzsche said, I guess he said, you have your way, I have my way. And for the right way, he said it doesn't exist or something like that. Well, I remember one more thing, my way or highway.
Oh, yeah.
Is that an expression?
Yeah, it's my way or the highway. Or, that's another expression. And, I found it very interesting that this yoga group. Now, I did not participate in the group, but the guy that was the leader of the group, and he has 4 followers, he's got 4. I said, well, do I need to pay? He goes, no, we've been together 5 years. It's like, oh, you've been together 5 years and you got 4 followers. I kept thinking well, let me not judge, but I judge. But it was just sort of interesting how harsh he was and how exclusive he was and how tight his little group was. And only thing I asked was could I just come and stand off to the side, try to relearn Tai Chi, which I thought was pretty chill. And he somehow felt very threatened by that. So I didn't go. And then, I don't know, a couple of the women were on a little group email, and one of them was traveling to New York. Another one was going to France for the summer, and everybody's busy. So just the bear, and the bear is this huge guy. And then there's the leader guy who's some kind of Yankee. I mean, he's from up north. So I just finally told them very politely in the email, could you please take me off the group serve, the list serve? I'll be traveling, and I don't think this is the right time for me. I tried to be polite, and then they still haven't taken me off they haven't taken me off the listserv.
Yeah, I understand that he was highly judgmental, and you didn't want to lose your face, right? And I don't know, you didn't want to confront himself.
But the thing is that he then was kind of grilling me in an email, what do I know about yoga? How long have I been practicing? And I said, well, I'm actually a teacher, and I've kind of studied a little bit. Well, what have I studied? I go, actually, I've taught some classes. Have you taught yoga? I go, well, no, I've taught some philosophy students. Where did you teach it? I go, oh, at a high school? What high school? he was so aggressive in trying to like hunt me down and destroy me. I felt that this was not the yoga, this was not the Tai Chi group for me.
Passive
was so-
aggressiveness. In therapy, we call it passive aggressive.
Okay, yeah, he wanted to kill me. I didn't, well, first thing, he didn't think I was funny. I mean, I feel like one of the ideas of yoga and Tai Chi and running or skateboarding or longboarding is to kind of go with the flow, right? Like you have done longboard, right?
Absolutely.
What is a longboard? I don't even exactly know.
Well, longboard is a variation of a skateboard, but slightly larger and much more capable in terms of speed. Speed-wise, it's much more faster, if that makes any sense. Like you can go like 60 or 70 miles an hour in it. I mean, God forbid anything happens at that speed, because that will be the end.
Have you ever fallen on a longboard?
Oh yeah, a few times. I don't know why. Even after you have fallen and you healed your wounds, you want to go again, and you fall again, and you heal your wounds again, and I don't know what drives us, what makes us tick. I mean, by us, I mean society. Because sometimes there are suicidal stuff we do, and we understand that we do, and we still do it.
Well, I have a friend who is a therapist, an actual licensed social worker, and she does counseling, family counseling, individual counseling, personal counseling at, she's been a therapist for over 30 years, and she's bilingual. So she works with people in Spanish and in English. And I was asking her in a therapy session about a year ago, like, I asked her, well, why do I do these things? And certain things, I forget what it was, something I was telling her, why do I do these things? And she goes, well, you just love the thrill of running out on a freeway with 18 wheelers coming and going and just making it to the other side of the road. And I guess that would be sort of like the equivalent of, you say, going really fast and crashing and then getting back up again. And I don't know, I started to think about it. It's like, well, should I just sit home and just be safe? Just sit here quietly in my chair and drink coffee and read a book? Or should I, go out into the night and meet people and go dancing and talk to people about their music and talk to them about their art? I don't know. I mean, I like the thrill of being alive. To me, it's not.
Yeah,
about
remember that proverb about ships? Like ships are safer in the harbor, but that's not what ships are made for.
Yes. Yes.
I guess that proverb is about you.
Yeah, I think so. And the thing is, it has remained true to me ever since I was young. So it's not just something that goes with my current age. I grew up in a military family all over the world. You cannot believe the dangerous things I did, super, super dangerous stuff that at the time I thought, I'm just going to go on a little adventure, just I'm going on this adventure. And I look back on some of the stuff I did. It's like, God, it was insane. But I was at this dance place last night because I loved this band. They were doing acoustic, not electric, but acoustic. It was a lot earlier. They started at 8. I guess I went up there about 10:30 or something like that. And they were playing, and other people came to hear them play, and there was money all over the floor because they're very popular and they have a lot of followers. And people would just come in and buy drinks or buy them drinks. Somebody was having a birthday party. And then I kept thinking, well, maybe I should go home. Maybe I should go home because, most of Dallas is asleep. And then I kept telling myself, well, why would I go home? I'm at a free concert, 5 feet away from this band that I really like. Ryan Berg is a fabulous musician, and his bass player, Nick Snyder, is a great bass player. He plays with a lot of people. And then Mario Valdez is a drummer, so good. So some people come and just listen to Mario drum, and And then like they asked this one woman, would she like to come up and play a song? And I just saw this woman sitting at a table. I kept thinking, well, here's a woman sitting at a table. God, she got up on stage and she started playing this like really hard, kind of like almost like Janis Joplin sort of music, like really, really good. And I kept thinking like, wow, that was amazing. And then I thought, well, I'm not going to go home. I just, I got some ice water and just sat there. And he invited somebody else. He said, well, hey, you want to come down and play? And this other guy gets up, this little skinny guy who'd been shooting pool. And I thought, oh, there's the skinny guy who was shooting pool. God, that guy got up there and he played this amazing song. And I kept thinking, like, I bet he knows the song Stagger Lee. And I went off to the bathroom to, go to the bathroom or put on lip gloss or something, came back out hoping that guy would be playing, but he had already gotten off stage. So I thought, I got to talk to this guy. So I went and I sat next to him. I go, do you know like Stagger Lee? He goes, yeah. Do you know that song? I go, yeah. And so I just started talking to him, and he's a very experienced musician. So, instead of just being safe in bed in the harbor, I was out, out in the night. And it felt great. Yeah.
Listen, doctors here, I think I'm due for my pills again. The first 5 minutes, they kind of corrupt, but ignore that because after that went well. Thanks for sharing. Have a good day.